And we back. Have you ever seen a man rebuild 16 teams at one time? Possibly because other YouTubers have done it before. Today I'm taking 8 teams out west and 8 teams out east and trying to make sure that every single one of my team makes the playoffs to duke it out to win it all. So this should be interesting. I take over half of the teams in the NBA and make them playoff teams. I can't tell if this challenge is going to be really easy or somewhat difficult or really difficult. I have a bad track record of that. The video I did a couple days ago I thought was going to be the hardest video ever. And it wasn't. It was the funnest video ever. So if you missed that one, please go back and watch it. We went from the worst player in the league to the best player in the league doing nothing but trades. It was a banger. Anyway, we have to figure out how we're going to decide which teams we start off with. This is the way I'm going to do it. Y'all know I already had a method. There's 15 teams in each conference, obviously. Can you see my Bulls in the play-in tournament right now? Yes, sir. Probably won't last very long, but the Eastern Conference is on fire. Do you see how many teams are on win streaks right now? And then of course we got a couple teams that's not, but I didn't even notice that. How about the West? And the West are on losing streaks. Is the East the better no, the East is not the better conference. Okay, so we have 15 teams in each conference, obviously. We got a random number generator. I'm going to hit this 8 times for each conference. Whatever number we land on is the team we start off with. It is all fantasy draft, of course, so if I end up with the Brooklyn Nets, it's not like I get KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. But pause. This is a very crucial part of the video. What I need from you is to leave a like on it, man. We on the road to 1 million subscribers, and we can't hit 1 million if you don't like the video. We can't hit 1 million if you do not subscribe. So hit, please. Please, I'm trying to, I want to be at 1 million subscribers before the summer. Potentially, help me out. Anyway, let's get to the Eastern Conference. First time we're generating, we're getting the 13th team, and off the top of my head, if I were to take a guess on who the 13th team in the conference is, it would be the Washington Wizards. Okay, I was wrong. It's the Cavaliers. So the Cavaliers are one of our 8 teams. Okay, I realized that doing that, like I'm going from this to this, will take a long time. So let's quickly get through our 8 teams out east. The 5th team is the Boston Celtics. That's 2 teams out east. The next team is the 8th team, which is the Atlanta Hawks. I realized that we will get duplicates, so I might be here a little bit longer than I expected. The next team is the 7th team, which is the New York Knicks. If I'm getting half or a little more than half the teams in this conference and I don't end up with the Bulls, I'm gonna be upset. Next team is the 15, which you already got, the Boston Celtics. The 19, Pacers. We got 3 more teams and none of them have been the Bulls so far. 15, Detroit Pistons. Okay, all right. 2 spins. 13th team we already got. 14th is the Magic. Oh my God, we're not gonna have the Bulls. 16 is the Hornets. Oh my God. The one time I have a good chance of getting my Bulls, I don't. All right, let's go out west. The first spin of the West is the 8th seed. In this case, right now, it is the Dallas Mavericks. Then we have the 4th seed, Clips. Then we have the 13th seed, Kings. I'm trying to figure out how I really want to do this challenge. I haven't watched anybody else's challenge. This is the Grizzlies. I haven't watched anybody else that's done this challenge. Do I want to make trades with my other teams? Or do I only make trades with teams that I don't have control over? I don't really know. Next team is going to be the 3 seed, which is the Lakers. I got both LA teams, man. Both of them. And then we get the 13th seed, which is the Kings, which I already had. 6th seed, Pacers. That's the Blazers, not the Pacers. Oh my God. 12th seed is the Thunder. And the last one is the Mavs, is the Spurs. Okay. We have our 16 teams that we all need to make the NBA playoffs. Chances say that we will end up with the first overall pick, right? Just the odds say that one of our teams will be Giannis or whoever. Who's first nowadays? I don't even know. The Hornets is one of our teams. Beautiful. So we will have the first overall pick, which is great. Okay, now we go in and deselect all the teams that we aren't associated with because, of course, we live in the world of no untouchables. That was like the best thing I could have ever done by making myself live in a world of no untouchables, because it makes the process of making these YouTube videos so much more fun, where I can potentially trade for the top player in the league or the top players in the league. We have our 16 teams and it is time to rebuild. I think I go one at a time. I don't know how we do this, bro. I don't know how we do this. We should not make trades with our other teams. We should only make trades with teams that we don't control. Because if I'm finessing I'm finessing other GMs, which technically finessing myself, and we don't want to do that. So the first team has Ja Morant, Chris Middleton as their star players. We just need to make the playoffs. Remember that. Just make the playoffs. I don't need to build a God squad on every roster. So you know what? Like, trading Drummond for a star when you pair him with Mo Bamba might be enough for this team. Like, get the third star. Get the third star. And then we might be good. Like, that might be, like, only one to two. Is Boston one of my teams? Boston is one of my teams. So this is also what you're going to see. The Grizzlies one of my teams? Yes. The trade finder, if it is one of my other teams, the trade finder is going to be wild. They're going to be giving up players like Damian Lillard like that. But this pick is actually really valuable. The Hawks are one of my teams. I need to find who is the first trade offer of a team that's not mine. I have both LA teams. I do have the Magic. I do have the Mavericks. I do have the Pacers. I have the Pistons. Where's the teams? The Raptors? I don't have the Raps. I don't have the Raps. And there's Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine for the Raps. I do have Spurs. I do have Thunder. I have Trailblazers. So the only team to offer me something that's not associated with my own team is the Raps. And if I make this trade, well, we're out of a center. And I don't want to do that. So what I will do, I think I'm going to have to manually do a lot of trades in today's video, which I don't mind. I like building my own trades because it showcases some of my GM ability. I need to go to teams. LeBron is not on one of my teams. I need to go to teams that I don't own and try to have that conversation. Like trading for Paul George potentially would be dope. Give him this pick. We got Paul George. So I think the only thing this team needs now is a competent center. I legit think this team is done. Ja Morant, Paul George, Chris Middleton. And we also have Kevin Love, who, you know what I'm saying? He's still viable. He's still viable. We just need a good center. That's it. That's all. Like, that's it. That's all this Cavaliers team needs. Who's the trade piece, though? We don't need Kelly Oubre and Derek White. They play the same position. Actually, you know what? I think Zach Hollis is the guy we trade. We don't need a star center. We just need a center. We need to make him $9 million here. So in order to make this $9 million, I think I do trade Kelly Oubre in this trade. Then I do have picks. Cool. Kelly Oubre had to go. We didn't need it. So it's Ja Morant, Paul George, Chris Middleton, Kevin Love, Clint Capella. Playoff team 100%. The bench is kind of whack, but I think this is still a good enough team to make the playoffs. Next team is the Boston Celtics. Okay, Boston. Listen, Boston low-key was on the pace to probably make the playoffs as one of those mid-tier teams. Kyrie is back in the city. I don't know how many Boston Celtics fans like that idea, but he's back in the city. We have a rookie in Tyrese Halliburton, which will be a good trade piece. Love Tyrese. Shout out to the homie. But for a trade piece and a challenge that we need to make the playoffs, he might be the best piece we got. What do we need, though? I'm just looking at trade offers. What do we actually need? Maybe an upgrade at the small forward position. Maybe upgrade at the small forward position. Might be like the only thing we really need. Buddy Hield might be the piece that we trade. We might be able to keep Tyrese. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we're not making a lot of trades. So I can give up all the picks. You know what I'm saying? That trade... Okay, we're going to start Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward and Kyrie are back together. Yikes. Not good memories between the two. But, you know, they're back here. They're back here together. The team might, that's a good enough. Remember, we're not trying to make every team a championship team. We just need teams to be playoff teams. And this team of Kyrie, Tyrese Halliburton, Gordon Hayward, Jeremy Grant, and Steven Adams sounds like a real legitimate playoff team to me. Joe Ingles coming off the bench, Dwight Howard coming off the bench, Rudy Gay off the bench, and George Hill look like a playoff team to me. We'll move on to the Clips, who have Kemba, Fred VanVleet, Patrick Williams, who is the wink link, but the guy Jokic. Jokic is almost by himself a bona fide playoff berth. But let's try to upgrade the Patrick Williams spot. What's he looking at in value? He's 19 years old, 3.5 star, beautiful. Okay, who has the small forward? Because Freddie at 6'1" can't move over to small forward. We need a real small forward on this team. The Timberwolves are not one of my teams. So let's try to get Brandon Ingram. We will give you Marcus Morris Sr., Patrick Williams, and then now, let's tack on the picks, baby. You know the recipe. It don't matter. Brandon Ingram, welcome to the team. And just like that, I think we are definitely a playoff team. One trade. And you know what? We will be simulating and keeping tabs on it. So if this team end up sucking, we will make more trades. As much as this challenge is about building teams, it's about deconstructing the opponent team. See, think about that too. This team is solid. Probably not a playoff team right now, but we got Damian Lillard, which is great. Let's try to figure out what else we do here, because I think we're lacking at that wing, that shooting guard and small forward position. So biggest trade piece is Harrison Barnes' contract. What team do we try to make a deal with? If I can somehow get DeJounte Murray, I will. You give us back, I don't know why Moose is making a lot of money. Hello. We give you back another player. In this case, it will be Hey, Kira Lewis Jr., that should be a trade that they'll do. Cool. Kira Lewis Jr. was not going to play for us. He was a rookie player. So good value. I'm going to make DeJounte a small forward. As y'all know, DeJounte is a dog at the small forward position. He'd be an all in the passing lanes. So why does it like he got a little gray patch? Am I tripping? So there's that. At the small, I don't know if that's it. I think we may have to make another trade, which is completely fine. We do have Rui Hachimura as a trade piece to potentially get better, and I think that's upgrading the shooting guard position. I think I'd be okay with Bogdanović being our backup, but as a starter, I don't really love the idea. So let's try to make that trade. Rui Hachimura as a trade piece and find that shooting guard. Hachimura and Danny Green for Evan Fournier is going to get the job done, and that is our shooting guard. And now we can flip either DeAnthony Melton or Bogdanović for the last piece. And or I think we might keep them both and trade Trey Brown and make like Bogdanović a small forward because we need some backup small forward minutes. And then lastly, we trade Trey Brown for like a backup power forward. And I think that's it. I think we're done after that. Or we trade Bagley. I didn't even realize Bagley was on the team. You see what I mean when it comes to trade finder for your own teams? There's Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is going to end up on one of our teams. Because right now, yeah, we don't have Zach LaVine as a trade piece or on one of our teams. So he'll end up on one of them eventually. This ain't the right one because I feel good with that, with the way things are going right now. But Bagley, yo. Bagley. But the problem with Bagley is that he's still on his rookie deal. It is an okay contract because he was a... If we do Bagley and Bogdanović, that's like $27 million in cap. We still got all of our picks. Can we splash on a really good power forward? We got to figure out which one of the teams that we don't own has a really good power forward. We don't have the Raps. Porzingis would play power forward for us. Deal. We only had to throw in one more first round pick. Porzingis at the Porzingis at the 5 just because he's taller. We want Christian Wood at the 4. And now this team, the Memphis Grizzlies, looking good. This might be a championship caliber team. Dame, Evan Fournier, DeJounte Murray, Christian Wood, Porzingis, and off the bench we'll still have Xavier Tillman. We still have DeAnthony Melton. And okay, the bench may be not great, but I think the starters are good enough to carry. Next we have the Atlanta. Where are the Atlanta Hawks? The Atlanta Hawks who have Vooch. They got 2 All-Stars. They found out a way to get 2 All-Stars, but the rest of the team could use a lot of help, man. We have Sadiq Bey as a rookie. We have Denny Abdia as a rookie. Okay, let's go make some deals. This is a prime Zach LaVine team, if you ask me. Let's go talk to Zach LaVine's team, which is the Raptors. Contractually, this right here makes sense. They want a first-round pick. Okay, I thought I was going to have to give up Sadiq Bey or something. So Zach LaVine gets into that starting lineup, and just like that, this is a 3 All-Star team with one trade. One trade is all it really took to be a 3 All-Star team. Hey, some GM out there is getting all of these picks, and he's super happy. Like, he's building for the future, while we're building for the now. Farm card depth is going to be ridiculous on this team because we're trading for PJ Washington and Jonas Valanciunas. We're trading away some of the younger guys. So that makes Daniel Tice and Kevon Looney expendable for like a backup point guard, and this team is done. It is a wrap. This is a championship contender 100%. I feel confident in these dudes. We just need that backup one, and I'm going to be able to get that. The Rockets give me Reggie Jackson. Sure, Reggie Jackson can play some backup point guard minutes. Take those Kevon Looney minutes away. Where's Reggie? Reggie's already getting minutes. Oh, who is my point guard? Jalen Brunson. Reggie is a shooting guard now. I didn't know that they changed Reggie Jackson to a shooting guard. Okay, I'm going to make him back to a point guard because I know that's what he's played most of his career. And then lastly, we just take these Kevon Looney minutes away. Sure. All right. So I like what this team's got. I think they're cool. The wing depth is a little bit questionable. But I think with Zach LaVine, Sabonis, and Vucevic, the wing depth is fine. Like, we don't have to worry about that. Next team is the Charlotte Hornets, who have Kevin Porter Jr. and Chandler Hudson, but they have Giannis. So there's a team building around Giannis, but it's actually super young. This team is super, super young. I'm excited about rebuilding this team. All right, they even got John Isaac. John Isaac and Giannis defensively, W. Precious Achiuwa is the biggest trade piece we have here. Let's just see what the trade finder can get us. Do we trade for Tyler Hero and LaMarcus Aldridge? Tyler Hero will instantly come in and be our backup shooting guard or a starting shooting guard, so we do that. Team already looks significantly better. Defensively, we look good. We got some offense. Off the bench, we got too many bigs. We need to work on that bench rotation. So let's get that done. Let's get that done. I feel like this is relatively easy just because, like I said, I'm taking assets from every other team that matters. All of the other teams are just decimated. Bruce Brown minutes? Sure. Bruce Brown been hooping in real life. We got a lot of small forward minutes, but I don't care. Chandler Hudson minutes can go away. We get those to Kevin Porter Jr. And boom, Giannis has a playoff team. That's all it is, a playoff team. Next, we got Luka messing around with Jordan Clarkson. Okay, this team could use a lot of help. This team could use actually a lot of help. This might be one of the worst teams we have so far. The best thing is they don't have a lot of contracts. I'm trading for Julius Randle to be the secondary star to Luka's team. Yep, we got a two all-star roster right now. I traded Michael Porter Jr. He was our most valuable asset at the moment, and I don't feel bad about it because I know I can replace it. This is my reminder to you to leave a like on the video if you haven't already. It helps the channel a lot. Like I said, we're on the road to 1 million. We just did a trade for Victor Oladipo, so that allows Jordan Clarkson to go to his natural habitat as a backup. We have David Nwaba. We have a lot of backup shooting guard minutes that we don't need. And we need a center that we trust more than Willie Cauley-Stein. So let's trade some of these younger players, man. We got a decent amount of them. We had, who did I see? Cole Anthony. We had Darius Garland, two very young point guards on the roster. And if I throw a pick in there, I need a good center. I bet we can get one or two. I'll take Wendell Carter and Enes Kanter. Yep. All right. Is this team good enough? I think it is. Luka, Vo, Harrison Barnes, Julius Randle, Wendell Carter. Playoff team, probably, especially when you got the 6th man of the year coming off the bench. Next is the New York Knicks, who have Vontae, Donovan Mitchell, Josh Hart. Okay, all right, I can work with this. They need some small forward depth and a starting caliber point guard. Vontae, I feel like, will be a great spark plug off the bench, but as a starter, I don't really love too much. Terrence Ross can be a spark plug too, but I need starter quality players right now. This is what I'm running into, by the way. As we get further and further down the line, we have less players to potentially trade for. So it is getting harder and harder with every single team we advance to. Like, the teams that we don't own point guards are not good. You know what I'm saying? All of the good point guards are on our team right now. We got De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, I don't have this team. Okay, De'Aaron Fox, a part of the Pelicans. De'Aaron Fox and Donovan Mitchell in the backcourt sounds amazing. So let's go talk to the Pelicans, man. Guess what, pals? We got picks. Ooh, Shea is also on this team. Okay, we gonna talk to the Pelicans later with another team for sure. Wait, who is my starting point guard? Oh, they have Vontae starting and Spencer Dinwiddie coming off the bench. Oh, huh. Well, I'm giving a bunch of, okay, 2 picks is all it really took. De'Aaron Fox comes in and be that point guard. Josh Hart I like a lot, but I would prefer that he was coming off the bench. So let's go make one last trade for a small forward so we can have Josh Hart come off the bench. And I'm willing to give up Terrence Ross. Come on, just Terrence Ross in the first. Should be able to give me a good small forward. I'm trading for Marcus Smart, who is small, but I know for sure Marcus Smart can play small forward. He's got one of the roundest bodies in the league. So we got Fox, Mitchell, Smart, Collins, Whiteside, Derek Favors, Vontae Graham, Josh Hart off the bench. That's a solid playoff team. Lakers. What did the Lakers do? Whoa, this Lakers team is whack. So so you draft Rudy Gobert first. Who was your second pick? Oh, why? Oh, Klay Thompson was injured. Okay. Phew. Klay Thompson and Markelle Fultz make it a lot easier. All right. Good to know. Oh, and that's why Spencer Dinwiddie wasn't in the rotation either, because in real life they're injured. All right. So you have Klay, you have Rudy Gobert, and you have Norman. Okay, so this is way more manageable than it was 30 seconds ago, for sure. Is this a Shea team? Nah, this is not a Shea team. I think the Shea team is gonna come up. Let's see what we can get for Markelle Fultz's contract and his young potential and Rajon Rondo's contract. It's probably better if I put together a list of teams that I don't own, because I keep forgetting. Derrick Rose is the best player on the team right now, so I don't really worry about the Raptors as a playoff team, honestly. Do we have the Rockets? We don't have the Rockets. The Rockets have Karl-Anthony Towns. Does this team need Karl-Anthony Towns? No, we have Rudy Gobert. So we don't need Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm going to save the Karl-Anthony Towns trade for maybe this team. This team could use Karl-Anthony Towns. So what do we need? We need a small forward. So let me go back to look at the teams that we don't own and try to find a small forward. DeMar? I'm making DeMar a small forward. Let's go talk to the Bucks. Get DeMar to LA. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised here, comp 10. So he know a little bit about LA. We're willing to give you Markelle Fultz's contract. We need to make up $12 million. So we also give you Rajon Rondo. I know that's not enough. We'll also give you Avery Bradley. And then you give us back your cheapest players, which in this case is Robert Woodard. And then now we just tack on these picks that we have. Just wanted to do the job. And now we have a new small forward and DeMar DeRozan to play alongside. We need a point guard. Okay, Alex Caruso is the point guard. But to play alongside, this team actually had a decent amount of like real Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Or players that played for the Lakers recently. Let's go get that point guard. Could this team make the playoffs with Alex Caruso being the starting point guard? This is a team that I don't know how many more trades I could do to make this better. I'm going to leave the Lakers as is. If they start to tank and they start to suck, I'm not afraid of trading Klay Thompson or Rudy Gobert. Next team we have is the Magic. And like I said, I think this is our Karl-Anthony Towns team. So let's go talk to, I think it was the Warriors. No. The Warriors got some stuff, though. I need to talk to them a little bit later. Where's the Cat team? The Cat is the Rockets. All right, so with this team, I'm going to give up Kelly Olynyk. I know, good package so far. TJ Warren. And now throw on these picks. Throw on all the picks we need to get Karl-Anthony Towns. Or not. Are you just going to say no? Okay, so it took all the picks. But hey, whatever. So we have a star lineup of 3 all-star caliber players. And yeah, we have too many centers. So let's go trade the younger center and Isaiah Stewart to go get some wing depth because that is something we desperately need. We're also throwing Derrick Jones Jr.'s contract in this last first-round pick we got. A player that I traded earlier, Spencer Dinwiddie's coming to the team, and Spencer Dinwiddie being a tall point guard is playing small forward for us now. Yep. Welcome to playing the small forward position. So we got Conley, Brown, Dinwiddie, Crowder, Towns, and I think we're good. I legit think this is good enough. Even though Jay Crowder is our power forward, I think we're good enough to make the playoffs. I keep forgetting sometimes that the goal is to just make the playoffs and not necessarily win it all. This team actually don't need a lot. They got too many centers. And if we can change one of those centers for an upgrade at small forward, we'll do that. Small forward depth is kind of lacking in the association right now. So I'm willing to trade for Malik Beasley. He is a smaller small forward, but he'll get the job done. And I think this team is good enough. With Ben Simmons, CJ, James Wiseman as the young piece. Yeah, we're good. Pacers. We're almost at the end of this, y'all. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more teams. Okay, 5 more teams, and then we start to simulate and see what's up. D'Angelo Russell, Eric Gordon, Jason Tatum. Another team that I think is good enough. Other than their bench depth is kind of whack. They have Teo Maladon as their 6th man, and he's a younger player. I think we might be able to splash on a little something. Potentially. I ain't promising a thing. I legit don't think there's more trades out there to do, y'all. I've been. Okay, we move on to the next team. The Pacers are a team we have to watch very, very closely. Very, very closely. Because if there's any team that could sell me, it's them. But I keep thinking about it this way, y'all. We have taken the star players from pretty much every team. Other than the fact that LeBron, Joel Embiid, and Kevin Durant are the only 3 star players that we haven't really had association with. So those teams kind of scare me. But other than that, bro, I feel like a lot of these teams are good enough. Like, looking at this roster, bro, this roster is good enough to make the playoffs, right? Kawhi, Pascal, and Drew Holiday is a big 3. Like, I don't even know how much I can really improve this team. These guys are the same overall, but I want to get Russell Westbrook off of the team he was on because that team looked kind of dangerous. So I swapped overall. Like, they're the same overall, but I swapped when it comes to fit. I think this is better. And we move on to the next one to go to the Spurs, who have Kyle Lowry, Bradley Beal, Mikal Bridges. Al-Farouq Aminu is, of course, the weak link. Let's increase that. Let's get that better. And we need to find a team that we don't own with a good power forward. Okay, this is not a trade that goes down unless we give up all of the picks. Like, I mean all of them. And I legit mean all of them. And I legit mean all of the picks. And that still is not enough. All right, no big deal. Instead, we'll give you a more valuable player and Serge Ibaka. Okay. All right, so we got this. Boogie's going to run the 4. And this is our lineup. Better. Next team is the Thunder. We got 2 more teams. The Thunder, who have Emmanuel Mudiay. Yeah, this team needs help. This team is a young team. They're too young. Okay. All right. Let's work some magic on this OKC team. They have Zion. That's a W. They have Jared Allen, who's cool. The rest of the team could use a lot of work. Lou Dort is still in Oklahoma City. That's beautiful. They built for the future. They got a lot of young players here. And that makes it very interesting for me because I think we can take Jamal Murray and put him on this team. They want Jared Allen. They'll give us pressure to chew. I can't give you Jared Allen, though. But instead of giving you Jared Allen, I give you a bunch of picks. I know you want a bunch of picks. Come on, last pick, Daryl. Daryl, one more pick, Daryl. And then the second, Daryl. Y'all, Daryl Moore really holding out, huh? All right, so what did they say? They wanted Jared Allen. I'll give you Bobby Portis instead. And then now we give you this pick. They want 2 seconds. They'll still give us Precious. Okay, Bobby Portis gets the job done. And now we have Zion and Jamal Murray together. That's not good enough, though. We still need to increase the rest of that depth. So we need like a little bit of wing depth here. Preston Achiuwa, you're probably getting flipped here, my guy. You've been on a couple of my teams, and I continue to trade you away, but I'm trying to get Michael Porter Jr. on this team after trading him away. I'm willing to give up all the picks because we need that wing depth. We're going to run him at the small forward. That's dope. So we have Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Zion, and Jared Allen. Lou Dort, I'm cool with coming off the bench, though, because I don't really want him. Actually, he can probably run the 2 for us, can he? Let's see. Lou Dort as a shooting guard, he goes down. So I'd rather have him be a backup small forward. So we have to trade Will Barton, Cam Reddish for that starting shooting guard. Then this team is done. And it's going to be Jeremy Lamb. We just need somebody that was good enough overall-wise. Murray, Lamb, Porter Jr., Zion, Jared Allen. Off the bench, we have DeAndre Jordan, Jayshawn Tate, Lou Dort. The last team we have is this Portland Trailblazer team with Anthony Davis and Chris Paul. Automatically a playoff caliber team, if you ask me. But they can use some work around the edges, so I'm here to do that. Legit been making trades for a very long time. I'm tired, y'all. How many rebuilds can a man do in one singular video? Huh? I'm tired. Trading for Andre Drummond to play center for us. His overall will go down to an 84, but we'll take that. Andre Drummond and Anthony Davis running the bigs together. And we don't need both of these centers, so let's go get some wing depth. And I think we are done. And we can finally get to simulating. Oh, my God. 16 teams down after we make a last trade for some wing depth. I don't even know which of these teams are mine. I don't think I have the Miami Heat. I don't, but that's not necessarily really real wing depth. So I'll come back to number 9 if I have to. I'll trade for Slow-Mo, and I know he runs the 4 now, but I'm making him a 3. His overall will go up, and he might start on this team, right? Yeah, he's starting on this team. All right, whatever. That's it. We can finally get to simulating games. We're going off the slow grind, month at a time for now. Oh, do I have to hit Y for everybody? Yeah, I do. Okay, slow grind right here, y'all. Not a great sign. Some of my teams don't have enough players. You can fill them out however way you want. Just please have every team in the playoffs after the first month. This team is the best team in the league. This is the Anthony Davis, Drummond, Chris Paul team. So that's good to see that they're hooping. The Clippers are our team. The Thunder are our team. The Lakers are our team. The Pelicans are not our team. The Rockets are not our team. The Grizzlies are our team, and the Kings are our team. So we got 2 of our teams not making the playoffs out west. Tough. Out east, the Knicks. We only got 1 team out east that's not ours. Okay. All right. I'm going to keep simming. Trade deadline time, y'all. This is the moment of truth. Do we have every one of our teams? Okay, let me pull my list back up. The Trailblazers. Thank you. I was about to say, if the number 1 team is not one of my... Oh, it's this team again. Okay. Trailblazers. I know I got the Thunder. I know I got the Clippers. I know I got the Mavs. I know I got the Grizzlies. You know what? This is a better way to look at this. Guess it's not. Grizzlies. Kings. Lakers. Spurs. Those are all my teams. The West is set. But how close are we? Oh, it's not even close. Oh, no, the Nuggets. The Nuggets are actually close to my Spurs team. Who's on my Spurs team? Laurie Beal, Mikal Cousins, Aiden. I thought this team was a lock. The Nuggets team, Kevin Durant, bro. He's averaging 32 on 50, 40, 86. Kevin Durant is like single-handedly keeping them in the race, y'all. I can't snag Kevin Durant from off that team. I can't. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it. One thing you can look at is like differential. They're a negative differential, so it's not like they're like, I don't know if they're really close. They might have had a little streak. Let's go to the Eastern Conference. Eastern Conference wise, the Knicks, yes, one of our teams. Cavs, yes. Magic, yes. Hornets, yes. Pistons, yes. That's all of our teams. That's all of our teams. LeBron's team, it's not even close. The East is not really close. It's about 6 games. It seemed like the East might be on lock. The West is what scares me because what team was that again? The Nuggets and the Spurs are so close to each other. I might have to make a trade from this team, bro, to get them better. I might have to make a trade for this team to get them better. Or is that against the rules? Should this be final? I think this might be final. I think it might be cheating to be the day before trade deadline and then snagging players. You know what? We'll keep it as is. Jimmy Butler's a player I wanted to snag for another team, but I couldn't. They didn't want to trade him, but he would be so beautiful on any of my teams right now. I think we go into this and pray that the Nuggets fall off or we get better as the Spurs. Moment of truth, y'all. Jokic is one of our teams. He wins MVP. Can we have every award, too? All right. 16 teams. We got MVP. We don't get Rookie of the Year because it was impossible to trade for LaMelo. I tried. Lou Williams is not on one of our teams either, so we aren't getting any of the awards. So we get that. Christian Wood was most improved. Coach of the Year. Yeah. Okay. I have not checked anything. When I hit this next button, every single one of these teams should have that one player user icon. All right? We ready? 16 team rebuild. Secured the bag. Take a look at standings. The East was decided by 8 games, the last seed, and 7 games. So the Spurs did pick it up. I told y'all to look at that point differential, and that was it. I don't care who wins it all. Just know that I rebuilt 16 teams in this video. And, well, we're here. We did it. And the winner was the Kings of Luka. Luka's Kings, who were the 3 seed. We had an 8 seed get to the finals, by the way. It looked like we built some pretty evenly based teams. A lot of long series in here. Giannis versus Luka in the finals, and then went to Game 7 where Luka got the better of. I did not anticipate this video being as tiring as it actually was. But hey, we got it done. 16 teams rebuild, 16 teams make the playoffs, and all 16 of y'all gonna leave a like on the video, right? Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.